Hello everyone, and welcome to your second royal reading on this Sunday evening, cold and wet Sunday evening. And I have the woolly jumper back on, and I have the cute ghost tarot on the tarot table. Not because we're dealing with ghosts, but just because I feel like reading with the cute ghost tarot this evening. So there it is. We're having a look again at the podcast that was released yesterday by Mike Tyndall and his co-hosts, The Good, the Bad and the Rugby. And of course it was sensationally well received. At last count, when I last looked late this afternoon, early evening, it had over 1 million views. It had only been up on YouTube for a day. Harry, on the other hand, his various ventures, not so well received, not getting much attention, plenty of other things occupying newspaper front pages, some very tragic, as for instance what's going on in Morocco, but of course also the Rugby World Cup. The royals are being accused of sabotage by releasing this podcast just as Harry was launching the Invictus Games over in Germany, and to somewhat empty stadiums. He then went on to make a vast faux pas and get beaten, thrashed in fact, by the German minister in a little game of football that Harry didn't seem to understand the rules of, and he looked very surly as he was standing there in his loser's outfit, a sore loser. And interestingly, in the podcast, Prince William had been talking about sport, and one of the important aspects of sport, learning not only how to win but also how to lose with a good grace, how to be a good loser. And there we had a very sore looking loser in Germany. So I'm going to use the little ghost tarot, and we're going to have a little 5-card reading, see how the Invictus Games are doing, because it doesn't look like it's being very well attended, and I think they had to give away free seats. So how's it doing? How upset was Harry at being thrashed like that in public? And was this sabotage by the royals releasing the podcast? That's what the Daily Beast called it, sabotage. Went on to recount how many times Harry and Meghan have done this to the royals, tried to steal their thunder. And now is it true that the royals are clapping back and doing the same to the Parkles, stealing their thunder, sabotage, and how Harry feels about that? His big moment overshadowed by his aunt and his brother and his sister-in-law having a wonderful chat in the green drawing room at Windsor Castle, where allegedly Archie's christening photo was taken. So let's have a look and see what's going on. Little 5-card reading. It's all fun and entertainment, of course, just tarot, my opinion or speculation. I read energy here, archetypal energy, and disclaimer in the box below. The usual drill. We have the World as our underlying energy, and that is about success and public success in these royal readings. And the World is great accomplishment, great triumph after a turbulent and possibly difficult journey through the major arcana. You reach the end, the World. And for Harry, it was his big moment, the World. All eyes were supposed to be on him in Dusseldorf, and he made that lame joke about Meghan and her Nigerian ancestry. That fell flat. And a lot of people saying there was a laugh track and a clap track being played because the audience wasn't very responsive. And then you get other people who are effortlessly successful over in the UK just by virtue of their personalities and their connection with each other. The real royals versus the fake one in Germany. So there we have it, the World. Tell us the situation. What's the story we're reading on here? Yeah, who's the boss? The Emperor. Who's the big cheese? We got William in Windsor Castle, having a wonderful time, looking very regal. And we have Has-Been in that same tacky old suit we wish he would throw away, being beaten by the German minister at football. So it's about ego. It's about male ego in particular with the Emperor. It's about who's dominant, who's the alpha, because that's the Emperor. The Emperor is the alpha male. Who's got the power and the authority? Who can make stuff happen? Harry made the Invictus Games happen? Well, no, he didn't. But that's what we're all told. Did William make the podcast happen at exactly the same moment as Harry was giving his rather lame speech? That's for us to ponder, and we'll find out hopefully as we go through this little reading with the cute ghost tarot. Anyway, how well are the games actually doing? Are they a success? Are they being well supported? Are there financial troubles? Oh, we got the 5 of Blades in reverse. There's a lot of conflict behind the scenes. A lot of worry, because the 5 of Blades is mental conflict as well as conflict with external influences, people, things, institutions, whatever that you're fighting with. So fighting a losing battle. That would be the 5 of Blades in reverse. It's defeat when the card is in reverse. They're not getting the inches in print media that they thought they were going to get. People aren't following, watching the videos that are being put out. They're trying to drum up enthusiasm on social media. It's not working because, as I say, there are other things that people are more interested in, more occupied by, and there really isn't any star power. There isn't just a big draw card. Harry himself is pretty much universally loathed at this point, so they are losing heavily with the 5 of Blades in reverse. It's not a money card in reverse, but I think that might be coming at some stage for the Invictus Games. Unless they find some big new sponsors, but that's their problem, not mine. How did Harry feel being beaten at this little public competition thing with the German minister, Pistorius? How did he feel? How did that go? Oh, 9 of Cups in reverse. His worst nightmare. I can't believe it went so badly wrong. He's very, very upset. Upright, it's your wish fulfillment card. Your dreams come true. Turns into a nightmare when it's in reverse. Very, very upset. As I say, kicking himself. Can't believe it. A little tantrum probably brewing in there somewhere. Might have had to go and let off steam and drown his sorrows, because it's one of the heavy drinking cards when it's in the reverse, the 9 of Cups. Particularly when it's in reverse, it's a heavy drinking card. Also when it's upright, because it's a bit of a lush card, the 9 of Cups, but indulgent. And so I suspect that there might have been sorrows drowned afterwards. Tell us about this maneuver when the podcast was uploaded and all eyes immediately went to it, and instead of to Dusseldorf. Was that sabotage, as the Daily Beast called it? Was it deliberate? And we got the Hanged One in reverse. Interesting. Hanged One, when it's its normal self, is about sacrifice and being disempowered and a victim and helpless. When it's upright, you're not going to sacrifice yourself for anyone anymore. It's quite a self-interested card. It's like, well, I'm going to look after me now, and I don't care about everyone else. So I do think that this was deliberate. Sitting under the Emperor here, we know who the Emperor is, not has been. And it does look as if they've just thought, well, we're not going to play nice anymore. We might just play a little bit dirty too. I was fascinated by the fact that Catherine showed up at the rugby in Paris in a white suit. And we know that Meghan wore a white suit at the Invictus Games last year, a huge white suit that she drowned in. Looked terrible in my opinion. Catherine, of course, looking spectacular as ever. How did Harry feel when this podcast suddenly appeared? And he had made his speech, and to the fake clapping and cheering, in my opinion. And someone said, oh, by the way, here's your aunt and your brother and your sister-in-law having a merry old time at Windsor Castle. And millions of people are watching. How did he feel? How does he feel? Oh, 5 of Coins in reverse. It's another 5. 5s are traumatic cards, energies. They are about change and conflict. After you've had a stable time in the firm, 4 of Pentacles, comes the 5 of Pentacles, all change, you get kicked out. He felt very isolated, very left out. It's the card of exile, poverty, sickness, loneliness, being left out in the cold. And even though the card is in the reverse, I would say that he felt extra isolated when he saw that. But he's not angry. Here is anger, potentially, in the Five of Blades, as it's called in this tarot deck. But the Five of Coins, for me, extra left out. Lonely, rejected, would have loved to be sitting there. Loves rugby. I think loves rugby more than loves football. Loves rugby, was once the patron of the English Rugby Football Union, as far as I can remember, and then he lost that to Catherine. So he lost the good gig, as far as he is concerned, and had to watch them all having a jolly good time, joking and laughing at Windsor Castle while he was losing in Germany. And yeah, painful, very isolated, very much a reminder to him of what he has lost and will never have again. So that's your reading. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again tomorrow.